Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use the continuous join as you go method using traditional granny squares and also solid granny squares. The continuous join as you go is often abbreviated as CJAYG. Now in theory it means to continuously join these granny squares as you're making them, so that your last round would actually be the join. So say I was starting up here and I was just beginning this yellow round, I would go across here, down here, and then jump over to the other square and do the last round as I was going of this square. However, in most instances, this isn't done because we haven't finished our squares, we don't know what colours we're going to do, we don't know what placement we want to do. So what we do is the continuous join as you go after the event, after we have finished off our granny squares and we've placed them in the position that we really want to place them. So it's kind of a misnomer in a way. Some people can use it exactly the way it was created, but most of us use it after we have finished our granny squares, and that is a-okay. So I've laid out 9 of my granny squares here, which I'm going to join using this method and show you how to do it. Now I have here a diagram of my 9 granny squares. I just want to show you which direction I will take to do the joining, because there are at least 3 ways that I have seen that people do the continuous join as you go. I just found this way first and it suits me fine, so I've just continued with it all of this time. So what we do, I start at the top right corner. I make a full corner because then I can join it to finish off with the invisible finish at the end. So I head along this way. Then I go down the left side of the first square, jump across to the next square, and as you're going up this right side, you start joining in with the granny square next to it. Then you go around the top, you go down the left, you jump over to the third square. As you're going up the side of the third square, you're joining it to the left-hand side of the second. Then you go across the top, down the side. Then we whiz along the bottom. We jump over to the top right section of the next square on row number 2. We do the exact same thing. We go across the top, but this time we're joining to the bottom of the square above. We go down the left, we jump over, and we're on the right side of the center square. As we're going up the side, we're joining onto this square here. Going across the top, this time we join to the bottom of the square above. Go left down the center square, jump over here. We're on the right side of this square. As we're going up the top, we're joining. Go along the top of this square and we're joining. Then we go down the outside of this. I'll whiz along now. So then we go across the bottom all the way. Jump to the top right of the corner. We go across, down, jump, up, across, down, jump, up, across, down the outside, all along the bottom, and then we go right back up to where we began and finish off with your invisible finish. I've now drawn in the direction in which you need to move to do the continuous join as you go. So take a screenshot of this if you like, if that might help. I also have another tutorial on this continuous join as you go way back in my channel. I will put a link to that in the description box so you can look at that one as well. So let's get started so that things will start to make sense. With a slip knot on your hook, pick up your beginning granny square, so the top right square. Yarn over, we're going to work into the chain 1 corner space with 3 double crochets, tighten my little slip knot, that's 1, 2 and 3, chaining 1 and 3 more double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to go off and crochet granny clusters along the top of this square, around this corner and down this side, and I'll meet up with you around here somewhere. Now we're up to the corner. Because we're going to jump across here from this corner to this one, all we do here is make a half of a corner. So just 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Like so. Picking up our second square. Placing it next to our first. All we do then is take our hook and yarn over to the next corner, that corresponding one, and do 3 double crochets here. That's 1, 2 and 3. So I've done 3 double crochets in this corner, and I've jumped over and done 3 double crochets in the second square. Now we're going to start with the joining using a slip stitch. We're going to slip stitch into each corresponding space on the first square. I'll show you what I mean. So I've done my first granny cluster, then I've got a space here where I need to do a slip stitch. So popping your hook in, yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the one on your hook. Now we need to do another granny cluster here in the next space. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Then across to square number 1, we need to do another slip stitch into the next space. So hook in, pull your loop through, pull the left loop through the one on your hook. Now on square number 2, we do 3 double crochets, over to square number 1 with a slip stitch in that next space. Square number 2, we do 3 double crochets. So this is the J, this is the joining part, and we're joining as we go. Now over to square number 1 with a slip stitch, into square number 2 with 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, over to square number 1 with a slip stitch, 3 double crochet into square number 2, 1, 2 and 3, slip stitch into square number 1. When you get here, don't panic because this square is sitting lower than this one. That is simply because we've done a final round on square number 1 and have yet to do it on square number 2. So now we go to the corner and we do 3 double crochets in the chain 1 corner space, 1, 2 and 3. Then we do another slip stitch into the chain 1 corner space of square number 1. Now we finish off this corner here by doing 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. And let me show you what we have here. All right, so we've worked across the top, gone down the left, jumped over to the right hand side of the second square. As we've worked up the right hand side, we have joined our granny clusters with a slip stitch in each space. Then in the corner, we've joined with a slip stitch. Now for square number 2, I need to work across the top and down the left hand side with no joining, just granny clusters. I've done granny clusters along the top and down the left hand side of this square. Now remember, this square was a tiny bit smaller than the others, even though it has the same stitch count. I'm going to show you how forgiving the continuous join as you go method is. So I need to do half of a corner here and then jump across here and do another half of a corner. So we'll do 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Turn that work over so that you can bring this new square in and do 3 double crochets in that corner. 1, 2 and 3. Now we need to slip stitch to join the squares. So popping your hook into that first space, yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the right. Now we'll do a double crochet, 1, 2 and 3 in that next space. Next up we do a slip stitch in the next space on square number 2. Square number 3 we do 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Square number 2 we do a slip stitch. Square number 3 we do a double crochet number 1, 2 and 3. Square number 2, slip stitch. Square number 3 we're doing 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Square number 2 we do a slip stitch. Square number 3 we're doing 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Square number 2 we do a slip stitch. Now we're going to do a corner on square number 3. So in the chain 1 corner space we'll do 3 double crochets. Now we'll go into the chain 1 corner space of square number 2 and do a slip stitch. Now we finish off the corner on square number 3 with 3 more double crochets. That's 1, 2 and 3. I'll show you how it's looking. You can see that we've worked up the right hand side of square number 3, joining into the left hand side of square number 2 with a slip stitch. We've done our corner and we've joined with a slip stitch there as well. And now you can see how, even though this square was a tiny bit smaller, it no longer looks like it is. So I'm going to whiz across the top of this square number 3 down the side, and I'll meet you back here. I've done my corner on the bottom because what I do now is go across the bottom of all 3 squares before we do anything else. Now I'm going to show you how I connect these corners together. Come across the bottom of the square. I've done the first 3 double crochets of this corner here. Now that makes a full corner. Once I do a slip stitch into this space, a full corner on the 3rd square. At the moment on square number 2 and square number 1, it's only got a half a corner. All right, so there's only your 3 double crochets here. So we need a little chain 1 space and 3 more double crochets. And we do that as we go along the bottom. Now I'll turn my work back around because it's easier to work that way, of course. And I'll show you what we're doing. I've done my 3 double crochets for this corner. I'm now going to do a slip stitch into this space. So hook in, yarn over, pull through, pull the left through the right. I don't do a chain 1 in there anywhere, but I do one now before I go into the next corner. So we're going into the corner of bottom left on square number 2. 1, 2 and 3 double crochets. Now you can see that we have completed that corner. Okay, I'm going to go across here and meet you back for the next one again. I've whizzed along the bottom and I'm nearly up to this corner. You can see here that this corner only has half of it, as does this one. Righto, so they've only got 3 double crochets in each of these. So we need to complete these corners. I'm going to do 3 double crochet into the corner here on square number 2. 1, 2 and 3. I'm not doing a chain. I'm going to go straight in for a slip stitch, pull the left loop through the right, chain 1, and then I go over to square number 1 and complete that corner. 1, 2 and 3. Now I'll complete the bottom of this square and I'll show you how to jump over to row number 2. Just before I go on, you can see here now how much space this joining method takes up. So when you're counting up the amount of squares you want for a blanket, take into consideration that you're going to have 2 extra rows on the side, of course, for the border, but you've got 2 extra rows in between each granny square. So if you don't mind, it'll work out a little bit bigger than you think when you place all your granny squares together. Otherwise, if you want to reduce the amount of work for yourself and make a few less granny squares, you can do that by remembering that you will have 2 extra rows in between each granny square. Now, what I've done here is come up to the corner. So this right-hand side of the first granny square remains free for now. We're going to do half of a corner, just 3 double crochets into this chain 1 space. Now I'll place my work back how it should be. Now what we're going to do is jump across to this corner. So we're on square number 4 and we're going to do half of a corner here as well. We don't do a full corner because at the very end of all this joining, we whiz up this right hand side and we complete our corners as we go. So picking up your new square, that's square number 4, we're going to do 3 double crochets into the top right corner of that square. Now we've done here half of a corner on square number 4. Next up we'll be doing a slip stitch into this first space. Then we'll do 3 more double crochets and another slip stitch up here. 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, slip stitch. So we're joining square number 4 to the bottom of square number 1. Righto, picking up your work, popping your hook into that space at the lower end of square number 1. Yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the one on your hook. Now doing 3 double crochets into square number 4. 1, 2 and 3. Now a slip stitch to the bottom of square number 1. Now 3 double crochets into square number 4. 1, 2 and 3 and a slip stitch into square number 1. Now I've worked along the top of square number 4, joining it all the way with a slip stitch into the bottom of square number 1. Now we come to this junction. It's a 4-way junction. So we've done half of the corner for square number 4. Before we finish that off, we need to join into this corner junction here. So just picking up your work, pop your hook through the space, yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the one on your hook. And there you've joined square number 4 to square number 1 and 2. Then we turn our work and finish off this corner on square number 4. So that's 1, 2 and 3. And now I'm going to whiz down the side with no joining on this one. Okay, so it's just granny clusters till we get to the bottom and then some action happens. Now what we're doing is joining square number 5 to square number 4. So we'll pick up our work and do 3 double crochets into that bottom right corner of square number 5. 1, 2 and 3. So that's half of the corner. Now we're going to go over to square number 4 and slip stitch. Square number 5 and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Square 4 and slip stitch. Square 5 with 3 double crochets. Square 4 and slip stitch. Now at the end of this row, we've come to our corner on square number 5. So we'll do half of it with 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2 and 3. Now we need to join into this 4-way junction with a slip stitch. So taking your hook into the corner that's directly opposite. Let me show you here. So this one, square number 4, I went into square number 2. Okay, we went across this way. Now for square number 5, we're going to go diagonally across to square number 1. It's much easier if you pick up your work for this one. So holding on to that last double crochet, finding the chain space of the diagonal square. Pop your hook in that space, pull up a loop, then pull the left loop through the right loop on your hook. Now you've connected square number 5 to square number 1. Well, all of them really. What we have to do now is finish off this corner on square number 5. So 1, 2 and 3 double crochets there. This is how we're looking. Now we need to go across the top of square number 5, and while we do that, we are going to be joining with slip stitches into each of the space above. Starting off with a slip stitch. Now we go to 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Next up is a slip stitch. Now 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Slip stitch and 3 double crochets. I've joined along the top here. I've done half of the corner. Now I'm going to work diagonally into square number 3 with a slip stitch. Popping your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull through. Pull the left loop through the one on your hook. Now turning your work, and we'll finish off this corner on square number 5 with 3 more double crochets. Now whiz down the side just with your granny clusters. I've worked down this left side just with granny clusters, and I've done half of a corner in the bottom because we're going to jump over now and include square number 6. Pulling up your work, yarning over and doing a double crochet into the bottom right corner of square number 6. Okay, just half of the corner again. Then we go straight in for a slip stitch on square number 5. 3 double crochets on square number 6, slip stitch into square number 5. Continue that along until we meet up at the junction. Here we are again, top right corner of square number 6. I've done half of the corner, so just 3 double crochets. Now we need to work diagonally into square number 2 with a slip stitch. So pop your hook through the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the right. Now yarning over to do 3 more double crochets in that same corner space. 1, 2 and 3. That finishes off the corner. Straight into a slip stitch into the space above on square number 3. Now 3 double crochets into square number 6. Slip stitch into square number 3. 3 double crochets into square number 6 and slip stitch into square number 3. Continue on until we meet at the end. At the end, I'm going to do 3 double crochets in this corner first, then I'll slip stitch it to square number 3. That's 1, 2 and 3. I've done a slip stitch into square number 3, and I'll complete this corner with 3 more double crochets. Then work your way down and around, and I'll meet you back here. Meet up back at this junction where we've only got half corners made, just like this side. So turning your work around and do 3 double crochets into this corner space. 1, 2, 3. Now slip stitch into this joining space here. Hook in, pull up a loop, pull the left through the right, chain 1, and now head over to the other corner and finish it off with 3 more double crochets. I finished off here with half a corner, and we're going to jump across here and do half a corner on square number 7. Now when we jump across to square number 7, we're going to do joining here. We're going to whiz down this side, then up the right hand side we're going to be doing joining. Across the top we'll be joining. Down the left we won't be. Jumping over to this right side we'll be joining all the way up, joining all the way across. Then we crochet down the left side, we crochet along the bottom, and then we crochet up the right side. And that is our continuous join as you go complete. So I'll just show you a few more times. Now we're going to jump down from square number 4 to square number 7 in the top right hand corner with 3 double crochets, so only half of a corner. We're going to slip stitch into square number 4. We're going to do 3 double crochets into square number 7. Slip stitch into number 4. 3 double crochets into number 7. Now we're going to slip stitch diagonally across from square number 7 to square number 5. Pop your hook through the chain 1 space of the bottom right corner of square number 5. Yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the one on your hook. Now we're going to chain 1 and do 3 double crochets back into that same corner. 2 and 3. Now we're going to whiz down this left hand side of square number 7, just with double crochet clusters, just doing half of a corner in this bottom left one. Now we're going to jump over to square number 8 and do 3 double crochets into its bottom right hand corner. Now we'll join with a slip stitch into square number 7, double crochets into square number 8, slip stitch and double crochets, slip stitch into number 7 and double crochets in number 8. So now we're going to join square number 8 diagonally across into square number 4. So picking up your work makes it a lot easier for yourself. Finding that chain 1 space diagonally across, yarn over and pull a loop through, pull the left loop through the right. Chain 1 and now go down back into that corner and finish off with 3 more double crochets. Next up is a slip stitch into the square above. 3 double crochets into square number 8, slip stitch into square number 5, 3 double crochets into square number 8, slip stitch into square number 5. I've done half of the corner on the top left of number 8. Now I'm going to go diagonally into square number 6. So pick up your work for that one, finding the corner, chain 1 for square number 6, yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the one on your hook. Now chain 1 and continue on with this corner here, finishing off with 3 double crochets. Whiz down this side just with granny clusters. Down the bottom here, I've just done half of the corner and I'm going to jump across to square number 9. That's 3 double crochets. Now slip stitch into the space directly opposite on square number 8. 3 double crochets, slip stitch directly opposite. 3 double crochets and slip stitch. I'm going to connect square number 9 to square number 5. I'm going to pop my hook into the chain 1 space diagonally across. Just need to find it sometimes. There we go. Pull up a loop, pull the left loop through the one on your hook. Chain 1 and finish off that corner with 3 more double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Now we're going to join across the top with a slip stitch. 3 double crochet and a slip stitch. 3 more double crochet. And we'll keep on going. I've done 3 double crochet in this last corner. I'm going to slip stitch into the corner above. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn my work and do 3 more double crochet in that same corner. 1, 2 and 3. Now I'm going to whiz down that side, the left side of square number 9. Now I'm at the bottom left corner of square number 9. We're going to whiz across the bottom, completing these joins when we get to each junction. So turning our work. Now chaining 1 and completing this corner here. 1, 2 and 3. Head across the bottom of your work. Now we're going to complete these corners, doing 3 double crochet into this corner that already has half of it made. Now we're going to slip stitch into this space here, chaining 1, then completing the next corner on square number 8. Whizzing across to the next junction. Now we need to complete our corners here. So 3 double crochet, slip stitch into that space, chain 1, 3 double crochet into the next corner. Now whiz across. Now I've done across the bottom of our little blanket. We're going to turn this corner and go up the side and meet back up to the very beginning. So as you go, you'll be passing over these junctions where there's only half the corner made. You need to do exactly the same thing here as you did along the bottom. Okay, I'll meet you back at the beginning. And there you are. The end of your joining has met back up with the very beginning. Do your invisible finish there to make it look beautiful and neat. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with these granny squares, so I won't be finishing off and cutting off my yarn just yet. But here you have it. It actually works up quick once you get on a roll. I really love this join. Just love the way it looks. Just matches so nicely in with the granny squares too. Now, what I'm going to do next is, what I am going to do is show you how you can actually use this continuous join as you go method with your solid squares as well as the traditional squares. Now, I don't, for myself, really like this joining method with the solid squares. It is possible, but I find that I have to do it by eye and space them out that little bit further than every 3 stitches. Okay, so it's a little bit of playing by ear. So we'll start in the corner with a full corner of 3 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 double crochets. I've got 24 stitches, so you would think that 8 clusters would be just right. However, I already did one with 8 clusters and it was just far too busy. There were too many clusters and stitches going on, so I need to span it out a little bit further. So I'm going to start here. What an explanation. Basically where it looks good to my eye. So probably in the 4th stitch. That's 3 double crochets. Yeah, around about the 4th seems to feel better to me than doing it in the 3rd stitch. So what we've got left is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that'll work, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll do a full corner. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, oops, and 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Righto, so that looks and feels a whole lot better. So that is, on the most part, using the 4th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's using the 4th stitch if you count the hidden stitch. So I'm going to go down here on the left hand side of the first square and continue this same thing on before we start doing joining. I've done the same thing and worked into the 4th stitch on the way down this left hand side. Now we've come to the corner. We're at the bottom and we need to just do a half a corner because we want to jump over to the other square. Okay, we're going to now pick this one up and work a half corner into the corner of the new square. Finding that chain 1 corner space, doing 3 double crochets. Now we're going to start joining onto square number 1 with our slip stitch. So the very first space, make a slip stitch there. Now count 1, 2, 3 and work in the 4th with 3 double crochets. Now a slip stitch, counting 1, 2, 3 and 4th for 3 double crochets and a slip stitch. So let's go along and do this all the way up the side and then we'll see how we're looking. I've worked up the right side of the second square, joining into the left side of the first. Now I've done half of my corner. We need to do a slip stitch now into the corner on the opposite side and then come back to the square 2 corner and finish that one off. 2 and 3. Now I'm going to count 4 stitches again. 1, 2, 3 and work into the 4th. When doing this with the solid square, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, into the 4th, if you've got 1 stitch too many on the end of your row, just don't worry. Just keep on going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it'll be a-okay. I have done this before myself. 1, 2, 3 and 4. When the stitch count isn't exact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the corner is a really good place to fudge. You know why? Because it can be pulled around quite easily without, looking any different. So it can be sitting a bit more squashed like so, if you've got your clusters nearby, or say you need to put a cluster down here, it spreads out well as well. It spreads out well. All right, let's keep going here. That's 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet for the corner. What I'm going to do now is work my way down and across. I will meet you back here at this junction. Now I've worked my way around with the granny clusters. I'm going to turn my work so we can go past this junction. We're going straight into the corner and finishing that off with 3 double crochets. Now I'm working into this little space with a slip stitch, chain 1 and over to the next granny square and finish off that corner with 3 double crochets. Now counting 1, 2, 3 and into the 4th stitch. What I'll be doing now is going across the bottom and back up the right hand side to finish our blanket. And there we are, back to the beginning of our continuous join as you go sample on the solid square. This unfortunately isn't an exact science, and you could use between 3, 4 and 5 stitches where you need to space it out, okay? Just do the best you can, and like this one, it looks a-okay. The next video that I've got coming up will be a mattress stitch join. Now that one works as well for granny squares as it does for solid squares. So I'll see you then really soon. Bye for now.